Hi guys, so today I have with me a young designer who's achieved remarkable success, not just in the interior designing field, but also as a product designer, both within India and internationally. His success serves as an evidence of the potential India has to become this hub for visionary designers, inspiring the West to adopt to some of our innovative approaches. I'm truly honored to have this opportunity to embark on this new journey of our podcast series, Now You Know, powered by Casa Walls, with this great designer and a very, very dear friend, architect and interior designer, Karan Desai. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Hi, Karan. Did you always know you're going to be this crazy, influencing, big designer? Like, what made you get into this field?
Well, I was very sure that I was going to be crazy, big, and all of those adjectives you're very kind to use for me. But yeah, I knew that I was going to be crazy for sure, and I wanted to be an architect since I was, of all I remember, since my fifth grade.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I'm living my dream here today. So
Good to know.
yeah, I've been growing. I've been living up to being this crazy every day.
That's nice to know. So, Karan, I heard in one of your podcasts that you had taken a year drop. If I'm not
Yeah.
being too personal to ask that question,
Yeah.
so what made you choose to take a drop, and did it help you like?
Well, see, I'll tell you, it's just a very fancy way to put it out to the world that I was failed in my college.
Oh, okay.
So you just like sugarcoat it by saying that I got a year drop, okay? I didn't take a year drop. I never
Okay.
wanted to take a year drop, okay? But I had like attendance issues. My college was in Panvel, so to go there every day and come and all that, I used to never reach on time, and I missed my markings, and that is why they
Like,
failed me.
and what was your first project like?
I interned with architect Ashish Shah. I joined him when I didn't even know what like a skirting was. Okay. So from there to he's really put in a lot of time, energy, and effort in training me, right? And then I had to take a break from there because I had to give my exams, right? And after those 2 months, I joined another architect. Okay, I worked there for another 9 months, so 9 plus 9, and then of course I had to resume my college.
Right.
And while I was doing that, I got my first independent project
Oh,
for the VP of Gemini India back then,
wow.
and this was in 2007-8. Okay, and I wasn't sure what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do. But also, it was my godmother's house, Rituma, and I told her that, listen, you're looking for somebody I know. Uh, I can be of some help, okay, with whatever novice knowledge that I have. If you don't mind, we can explore this together, and you are
Right.
anyway free to go on to like any
Any,
professional at any point
correct.
of time. So she put that faith and trust in me, and this is where I am.
Amazing. That's
Yeah.
quite a journey. Really quite a journey.
Yeah.
So I've also come across that you're a very spiritual kind of a person,
Yeah.
right? Like at least that's what I've learned in the I think past some moments that we spent together. So how has that like helped you as an interior designer, or some moments where you experienced that, oh, this had to be divine intervention, like it couldn't happen like beyond that.
Very touchy topic. Um, I think whatever I am today, whatever I'm doing is purely because of grace. I see a lot of people who are better than me, who are hardworking, uh, who are all out there, you know, and I see myself, I see what we've been doing. I just feel that it can't just be your hard work that you put in to reach to a level. It has to be it has to be something more than that, and that more for me is grace.
Yeah, it's so well put. I think we all come across these kind of moments in our lives that when we really feel that it couldn't have happened. Like we had not imagined in the wildest of dreams to reach where
Yeah.
we are.
I totally agree.
And what was like the hardest, like the challenge that you faced that, you would like to give an advice on to other people?
So, such an important question, I feel. And when you start on your own, like I started pretty soon, right?
Right.
I didn't have an intention that I don't want to work and I want to start by myself. This just opportunity came through. I took it
across.
up to do it by myself, right?
Correct.
There's so many times that you have a design or a concept in your head, but because of lack of experience
Right.
and knowledge, you don't know how to get it executed. There are 100% chances that you will make a mistake, you will goof up, but then you also have to understand that who is paying for these mistakes.
Correct.
It is okay to not know. It is okay to be aspirational.
Right.
Okay, it is okay to ask. Don't think that if you ask something, people will think little less of you, or people will think, अरे इसको तो कुछ भी नहीं आता, फिर भी designing करने चला है, and all of that. Don't think that way, So I was pretty sure that I am starting super young. I am not equipped to do a house by myself. I have designs in my mind, and I don't know how to get it executed.
Right.
I'm going to step down. I'm going to sit with my people and tell them. So, our contractors, our vendors, I would sit with them and say that, listen, guys, this is my idea, but I don't know how to execute it. Please help me.
Right.
And trust me, it's God's grace only that each and every one, they've sat with me, they've made sketches, they've made details, and they've explained to me that, okay, this is what the detail you want, this is how the output you want, this is what you should be doing, So I learned it that way, और कोई छोटा बड़ा नहीं हो जाता इसमें, Like, by default, because you are a designer and you are an employer to like the laborers and all of that, by default, they will call you sir, irrespective that they will be 50 years old and you are 22 years old, okay? But it's okay to go and ask them कि मुझको ये डिटेल समझ में नहीं आता है, आप हमको सिखाओ.
I think that was a very important thing that you said, because everyone who's starting off, I think this is a great tip for them.
In today's day and age, right, this Instagram has technically ruined people's perception of a real life, right? Because everybody's glued to the real life.
Correct.
Everybody wants to be a superstar overnight, okay? In that race, people don't really want to learn, and they want to start off on their own, which I'm not saying good or bad. But what I would rather suggest is that learn first,
True.
You keep that goal and that aim that you want to start your own practice, or you want to do like these things. But I would suggest that identify a designer, identify a studio that resonates with you, and work with them, work for them, do anything and everything that the studio is doing.
If someone wants to like get Karan Desai as the mentor, like how do we apply? Are you up for it? What's the procedure like?
I think, of course, more than happy. Anyone and everyone can apply. You can write us at info@karandesai.in.
Okay.
Send us your CV and the role that you'd want to join in. And, at the end of the day, I only see like how passionate you are. If you're passionate enough, I'll automatically, willingly will download anything and everything that I have learned. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about clients. I think we've all experienced good, bad. Any one client that comes to your mind who's like had a lasting impression on you, like?
Yes, a few. Okay. Like my mommy, then there's the dream project that we did. Okay, so Sejal and Jignesh Shah, we did another project in Gujarat.
Okay.
So Toral and Rahul Javeri, Rituma's project.
Wow.
I think these are the 4 clients that I can really count on my fingertips in my 12 years of work X, who I don't think that I can get out of my head,
Wow.
Like there's so much to learn from anyone, like all of these people, But yeah, one thing that I would like to say, like I can actually write like a book on all these people, like the learnings that I've had. One thing I'd really like to share is that we started with this project, okay, and you do like the line out marking of the furniture and electrical points and ACs and everything.
Yeah.
So we did that. We did all the markings, and I invited the client that please you come check it. Once you give us a go ahead, then we'll not bother you. You just
Correct.
give us a thumbs up and we'll figure it out. So uh, he comes to the site to check everything, and then it was a duplicate. There is a servant's quarter, and he goes to the servant's room and he says that, Karan, have you made a provision for a TV? I was like, no.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, do you think they're going to work for us for 24 hours? They will need their me time. Please give them a TV. Now, this was a first timer for me because till now, like the generic crowd would be like, oh, if you give them a TV, they will never come out of the room. They will not work. They will only watch
Right.
TV and this and that. So this was a new thing for me. Okay. Now, what blew me away was after everything was done, we were looking at the electrical layout and the AC and everything. He goes up to me and says that, Karan, you've not given an AC in the servant's quarter.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. Like, in my head,
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. He's like, Karan, do you know we are bang on the ocean? And in summers, it is going to be so humid and hot,
Wow.
it is going to be difficult for them to survive.
Right.
You
So
please
thoughtful.
you please put an AC for them.
That is so thoughtful.
This is just one of instances. I can tell you like 20 more instances throughout my work experience on that project that I've learned. पैसा होना एक बात होती है और कलेजा होना वो खर्चने के लिए वो दूसरा बात होती है,
Right.
and which is very rare in people.
Very.
People will spend for themselves, but that heart to be open to spend on the other person also,
It takes a lot.
it takes a lot. And yeah, so these people, I don't think I can get them off my mind, and it has helped me also grow.
Yes.
That I aspire and I aim to be like, one day I want to be like him.
So, Karan, I want to really know that when it comes to design, is it like your personality that dominates your design, or it's the inspiration, like something that you come across? What is your design style like?
It's the inspiration, of course. Okay, my personality just gets tagged along with the inspiration. All right, but any new project that we are doing, I always have this vision at the back of my mind that this is what this project should be like. Over a period of that 1-2 hours that you spend with your client and understand their requirements and understand the environment, the surrounding, and their the look, feel, or their design aesthetics. I usually have this vision that this is how it should be, and then I guess my personality takes over that idea of Yeah.
And has it ever happened with you that a client has actually come up with an idea which is not yours, and you loved it and you've incorporated it in your project?
As much as I believe that you are let the professionals do their job. Having said that, it is your house at the end of the day. You're going to stay there. You're going to
Live with
breathe, live, grow into that space. If it doesn't resonate you or your requirements or anything, something that touches you every day that your stay in that particular space, then I could have made a very beautiful house, but I have failed as a designer to give you what you wanted. Next.
Okay, so when it comes to design language, we've seen a lot of people using bold colors, but when we're talking about Karan, it's like bold shapes. Like what's about this? Like, how do you get inspiration of using these shapes? Like something which is so out of the box. Like I don't see it anywhere.
So your bold shapes in terms of like the products that we design is right. So there's a very thin line of people designing and manufacturing some products for their bread and butter, and somebody like me who's just doing it for passion, you know.
Correct.
So I don't really worry about the ROI, at least till date.
date.
Okay, okay. If I've made a monster, all right, what will people think? लोगों को पसंद आएगा कि नहीं, कोई buy करेगा कि नहीं, ये वो, all right. Everything, you know, the moment you are free of these clouds, no, okay, it will allow you to think out of the box. It will push you to go beyond your comfort zone in terms of doing something incredible, okay. And the moment you do it, in my case at least, it has always been that it's been appreciated, it has been loved by people. We've shot to overnight fame and success because of those products of our monsters, you know. We've sold our monsters. That has opened up an avenue of other collaborations with different brands. You know, we're doing with so many Indian brands, we're doing with an Italian brand, which I think is insane.
Let's, like, now talking about collaborations. How did Serafini happen? Like, it's massive, right? Going international, Milan.
Yeah, I'm getting hair stands. So back in 2020, when we were designing the dream project, most of the furniture pieces were coming from Italy. And that one day I felt that, you know, I am no less than an Italian designer. So I went up to my client and I was like, would you be okay if I designed something? He's like, I don't care. Like, you know, if you want to come up with it, please do. So then I was thinking that what material do we do, because we needed furniture.
Correct.
So matlab lakkad to वगैरह metal, everybody is using it. So I thought that why don't I change this material? So I shifted to marble. Okay. And then we realized that marble is such an understated material, because at the most you will see marble cladded on the floor or the wall.
Walls,
okay.
correct.
What more will you see? You will see a marble ka bathtub, or you will see a marble ka dining table or a basin, right? Or wo bhi dining table, we're talking about a slab.
Not a design.
So I was like, why don't we take this solid, rigid product, okay, and show the world what we can do with it. And that's when we started designing different, like, you know, products like a bench, a bedside table, a tea bar, and all of that out of marble. Alessandro's team got in touch if we could design something for them. We sent a few designs, thoda alterations वगैरह करके. It was finally made, and they launched it in Fiori Salone last year.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
And you've had some amazing collaborations too, like the one with Casa walls. I remember walking into the booth and I'm like, wow, like, what is this? Movenjo is like a concept that was so out of the box, and it just moved people and people loved it. How did that happen? Like, what was your thought behind Movenjos?
So again, you know, like I said, that we were looking forward to introducing something interesting into the market. Saurabh is already making like these wonderful wall panels, right? I don't think anybody else in the country is making something like this. And we've been collaborating with other brands, and one day Saurabh says के यार तू सब लोग के साथ कर रहा है, हम क्यों नहीं कर रहे?
Right. Okay. Karan, let's talk about your monster collection. Like, how do you come up with these masterpieces? Do you have a workshop or factory? What's the process like?
So, you know, I think this is all a result of an idle mind. All right. The moment things are going stable in my life, I feel like I need some adventure.
Okay.
And that adventure usually comes out in like doing something crazy. And that's how Monster Collection was born out of boredom in 2022. So, like I said, that because I don't really think about like how much money I'm going to make out of it, it gives me that luxury to do whatever I want you know. So, and you know, a lot of times you see everyone is playing safe.
Right.
Okay. Due respect, of course, because the amount that you put in, you need to get it back as well, correct?
Yes.
But my funda is a little different. People are playing safe. People are doing great job, but there is nothing that you can really say that, oh my God, like this is like really thoughtful, right? And on the same time, we go and appreciate these Italian designers because they do like one-off pieces, and you want to bring it home because it's a piece of art. So why not us? Correct? So that's why the monsters. And Uh, this gentleman, I really look up to him, Ryan. He asked me once that, do you follow Oscars?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no. Okay. In general, I don't watch TV.
Okay.
So he's like, do you remember anything of the Oscars?
Uh-huh.
I was like, the only thing that it comes in my head is that slap,
Huh.
the Will Smith slap.
Yes.
Okay. So he's like, Karan, do you know how many years ago this was? I was like, abhi to tha, and he's like, ye baat ko 3 saal ho chuke hain.
Oh.
Okay. And it got me thinking, and then he's like, one actor is spending 5 years, all right, to give that Oscar worthy performance, and he wins the Oscar. But who takes the limelight? Will Smith with that slap.
Slap.
All right. He's like, you have to decide what you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be that slap, or do you want to be like another hardworking kid who's making it, carving his path, and is like
yes.
actually winning it? What do you want to do? I was like, of course, the slap,
Of
right?
course.
And I think that our monsters were the slap in 2022 ID. We shot to fame, okay? Like people, everybody was talking about monsters. That was a great experience, because that thought of like people going to accept it, not accept it, we're selling it, not selling it, and I kid you not, we sold the monster console before it was built.
What?
Yeah. So
How is
on
that?
the renders and the 3D model, the clay models that we made, we showed it to our client.
Mm-hmm.
He is a big art collector,
Okay.
and we told him that this is what we're trying to do. And he's like, Karan, I want this. Only if you promise me that you'll not make this for anybody else.
Oh, like the Taj Mahal.
And I was like, done, because this was the first time I was venturing into something like so weird, right?
Right.
And we said yes. We made it, we showcased it, it went into his house. That particular thing has come on the cover page of the magazines
Wow.
and
It's
beaten
everywhere.
everywhere on the internet. It has been great. So I was like, चलो एक बार ही कर लिया, अंदर से कुछ तो that itch था, कुछ करना है, and we did it.
Right.
Now 2023 ID, when I went to like look around,
Mm-hmm.
you won't believe more than 50 people have come up to me, and he's like, hey, where are your monsters? Are you showcasing them this time and this and that? And that got me thinking that what a lasting impression the monsters have made, because there are so many other designers who are there, so many other brands that are there, but
Right.
people still recall the monsters. And that's why in 2024, okay, we collaborated with 3 other brands, and we
Yes.
came up with Monster 2.0 collection,
Yes.
which was insane
Which
again.
was fab.
Okay, so that has gone into like an art gallery.
Mm-hmm.
We've sold the Yoda through an art gallery, and people are loving it, right?
Yes.
The Gattu's been like super famous. Now
Yes.
Gattu's become like a monster mascot where there are different variants of the Gattu that we are creating.
Yes.
And because 2024 was a great success,
Yes.
we're coming up with Monster 3.0
Oh,
in
amazing.
2025 with another brand. And I'm super excited.
Tell
super
me
excited.
the most fun material that, like, of course, marble, yes, because it was your initial choice. Like, but now that you are experimenting with all these different materials,
Yeah.
which material was really difficult to deal with? And, like, how did you just come up with that entire process of dealing with different materials together?
So usually our products are like a monolith. They are one material, okay?
Okay.
And there's a lot of R&D that goes into it. A lot of man hours go, a lot of money goes into making different samples and doing different treatments on the sample, and then coming back to like how it goes. And it is very different from a small sample that you make to like a bigger
Bigger
piece
one.
that you make to an actual piece that you make,
Right.
So there are these so many layers of, I would say, situations, okay, which you just have to be prepared for.
Okay.
That okay, step 1 clear, step 2 clear, step 3 clear,
Yes.
and you know that there are going to be multiple hurdles and setbacks that will keep coming. But you look at it from, I would say, a warrior's spirit. Like you don't just like give up in a war. You
Yes.
keep coming up with like different strategies to like, okay,
Different
आज यहाँ से
solutions.
अटैक करते हैं, आज यहाँ से अटैक करते हैं. तो अगर ये ऐसा स्पिरिट हो जाए तो बहुत मजा आ जाता है कुछ एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए.
Okay, now, like, this furniture and product, like, has been like a big industry, like,
Yeah.
furniture making, product making, it's just huge now.
Yeah.
So if someone is looking for, like, getting into this field, like, purely just that, not just an interior designer, but I'm only into, like, say, product making.
Yeah.
So how do we go about it? Like, what do you think there are any specific courses, any like set of ideas that I need to explore if I want to become a furniture designer? Then how do I go about it?
Of course, there are courses that train you into
Mm-hmm.
designing a furniture piece or a product or
Right.
whatever, which you should 100% take.
Mm.
Uh, Key important factor in this is the softwares,
Okay.
because anything that you have in your mind, you will sketch it, but you have to see it how it looks in actual. So
Right.
the knowledge of the softwares that allow you to model such designs,
Mm-hmm.
and then render it into the material that you want, into the setup that you want.
Right.
A lot of times I have like this kick-ass idea in my mind, and I
Mm.
feel like I am a genius of the first order. I mean, like, this is like a breakthrough concept. But the moment we start, dissecting it into like plans, elevations, sections, making a 3D, putting a material to it, and seeing it in a setup, you feel, you know what?
Drop it.
Let's just drop it, because ये इतना अद्भुत नहीं लग रहा है. It's just like looking like a by the way product. तो सॉफ्टवेयर्स वगैरह है वो ज़रूरी है. और and the just work under somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Why I'll tell you is because there are these nuances that you need to address,
Right.
and this will be right from like सोफा का हाइट कितना होना चाहिए,
Yes.
आर्म रेस्ट का हाइट कितना होना
Yes.
चाहिए. समटाइम्स हमको लगता है कि अरे हमको सब पता है, ये इसमें से देख लिया, ऐसे बना लिया
बना
हमने.
लिया.
But there is a legit science
Behind
behind
it.
all these dimensions.
Correct.
Ergonomics is involved.
Yes.
ये आपको पता होनी चाहिए.
Right.
Like for example, अगर हम a dining chair देते हैं, a lot of times, dining chair you sit and you feel like you've been thrown in the front.
Yeah.
बट तो उसकी ये डिग्री होना चाहिए, ये एंगल होना चाहिए, मटेरियल ऐसे होना चाहिए. All of this will only come with experience.
Right.
Okay, so either you take that experience working under somebody,
someone.
and it is easy to like learn at somebody else's cost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or you do it by yourself and learn at your cost. Like see what suits you.
Right.
Correct. A lot of people, like I told you, like I think I made that mistake too. After my internship and I cleared my thesis, I immediately started off on my own. Somewhere even today I feel that if I had interned further, if I had worked under somebody for a longer time, I would have been in a better spot in my life, in my career.
Got it. So yeah, working under someone, I think that's going to be like the
A
prima
takeaway.
facie
Like I
thing,
feel
yeah.
like I feel even today, if I had a chance, like Zahadid is no more, but if I ever had a chance to go work in Zahadid's office, where she's personally there, even if I was a coffee boy, like, delivering coffee on every desk, I think I would have learned so much.
So much,
you know.
much, I think.
And I would kill to be in that position. I would kill to be in that job, this
In
thing
that space.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
ये ना बहुत, it's okay, this rush to be an overnight. Don't compare yourself to others, अरे मेरा दोस्त है, उसको तो 10 प्रोजेक्ट मिल रहा है, उसने ये करा, उसने वो कर दिया. आप अपना देखो.
वही. Everybody has their own journey, like.
And short term goal मत रखो.
हाँ.
Keep a goal for 3 years and 5 years. Keep that in mind and work towards it. I think if you do that, again, this gyan is coming from our Saurabh Shah.
True.
That he always tells me that 10 साल का तो मैं सोच भी नहीं रहा. Like मतलब that is like distant dream. We don't talk about 10 years.
Right.
You talk about 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, what you want to do, how you want to reach there, walk backwards.
I think that's an important step, because when you have shorter goals, it's easier to achieve. You have a set path for it, and you know how to work towards it. Like you just lose focus
and
otherwise.
Another thing I feel is talk about your failures, talk about your success, to like identify those different set of people, identify people with different mindset and ideologies, uh, uh, who will give you a very different opinion on the same topic,
Right.
So, we shy away from talking about our failures,
True.
or we shy away from talking about our weaknesses. We shy away from talking about the faults that we've had, but it's okay. Like, nobody's perfect. The moment you accept it, and you will grow out of it. You need to talk to people, find these people that I said, go and talk to them about these situations, see what they have to say, Then you can evaluate that between all these four people that I've spoken, everyone's given me a different point of view, which is the one that works best for
Best for
me,
you. Correct.
Keep doing that, because जब भी आप बात करोगे ना, talk to your contemporaries.
Right.
Sometimes you don't want to do that because maybe you don't want to tell them that, oh, तुम्हारे पास सिर्फ एक ही project और उसके पास 10 है. Maybe sometimes there's so many different thoughts that come into.
Yeah.
It's okay. सब कुछ बाजू पे रख दो. पहले connect with the opposite person.
Correct.
On a personal level.
Right. I think it's a great tip. I think design as a community is also very inclusive. Everybody, I don't think everybody is out there to maybe snatch projects. Or everybody has their own space. Everybody has
even
like
अगर
their
ये
own,
होता भी है,
it's
okay,
fine.
क्या फर्क पड़ता है
it's
यार?
fine.
So that's where spirituality comes into picture for me. And Gurudev always says that, Kabir ji says that, मेरा सो जावे नहीं और जावे सो मेरा नहीं. If you believe in this, you will be so sorted, you will be so relaxed. If it is meant for you, it will come.
Come to you. I think this is a great thing to learn.
And you can't just be materialistic, and perhaps in my position, I don't think I can just be spiritual as well. There will have to be weaving of both of this, together, which will just help you grow,
Right. Yeah, I think it's a great thing you've said over here. It really helps to achieve that great mind space also, I feel like, especially with all this Instagram and real life coming in. Like, you're an influencer too. Like, oh
I
my
try.
God. Yeah. No.
But, so people have been talking about male mental health and speak up and all that. But it's not about when you go into a depression that you need this.
Need this.
I feel just keep talking. The more you talk about your dreams also, I have a lot of people who say that, Arey, don't keep talking about something good happening in your life. People don't have like good eye towards everything.
नजर लग जाएगी.
But ठीक है, आपको पूरी दुनिया को नहीं बताना, वो 3-4 लोगों से तो बात करो, क्योंकि जितना आप अपना ड्रीम्स को रिपीट करोगे, उतना आपके दिमाग में वो सेट होते जाएगा, and you will work towards it. At least you know कि shit, अगर if I'm meeting Benita like after 2 months, and if I've shared my dream with her, not out of criticism, but out of curiosity that, hey Karan, like you were talking about this, where is it? What happened? Let me work towards it.
Right.
Let me inch closer towards my goal if I don't reach at least.
Right.
I think just talk, like just be free, drop all these inhibitions of log kya sochenge. Nobody comes and pays your bills.
Right.
अगर आपको किसी के साथ बात करने में आपकी solution मिल जाती है,
then why not?
Why not? Just focus on that, yeah. Like it's as simple. Like as a designer, while Saurabh was doing his house, okay, if I thought that, oh, Saurabh is doing his house, if I go and talk about that, oh, these are my shortcomings, or this is what is lacking and all, what if he doesn't give me his house and all, ये सब अगर सोचूं मैं, okay, तो मैं grow ही नहीं कर पाऊंगा. But I know that Saurabh is a great friend of mine, okay. Whatever I will ask him or discuss with him, it is going to be confidential. Right. He's not just a friend, but he's also a mentor to me. Okay, he sits for hours and he guides me कि what should be my next step and all. पर अगर ये करने से मैं grow हो रहा हूँ, why
then
not?
Why not?
But this is something I would like to tell everyone.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing that you've shared over here. And I think everybody will learn so much out of it. It's just nice to talk. Like, I think that's the biggest thing.
So, I don't know. One more thing, okay? I feel is that to ask for help, okay? And help in a way, I'll tell you, like, you have your contemporaries, okay? Somebody is doing 10 projects, somebody is doing 50 projects. You are at 2 projects, okay? You want to grow. So, you know, if you start comparing yourself and if you start competing with others, okay, you will lose out on a very big, uh, you know, opportunity, perhaps I would say, okay. But if there is a mutual admiration, you know, if nobody is appreciating you, you be the first person to appreciate
Appreciate
your
someone.
friend. You be the first person to put out a post regarding your friend's success. Why don't we do that?
Yeah, we
What are you so worried about or afraid about कि ओ अगर करण देसाई ने बिनीता का कुछ डाल दिया तो करण मेरे को जो प्रोजेक्ट्स आने
मिल
वाले
रहे थे,
थे
वो शायद नहीं
वो शायद
मिलेंगे।
बिनीता के पास
हाँ।
चले जाएंगे।
It
ये
doesn't
डर
happen
क्यों
like
है
that,
तुमको?
वही।
यू नो मत सोचो ये सब।
सही है।
पहले तुम लोगों को अप्रिशिएट करना सीख जाओ, okay?
True.
Appreciate करो. The moment you start sending love, love is going to come back to you
Back to you.
multifold.
100%.
If the opposite person is not doing it, you be the first person to break the ice.
Yes.
Okay? Because I am telling you, out of my personal experience, the moment you do that, okay, it comes multifold. The opposite person is also going to drop their guards.
Yes.
कि ओ करण इज तो मतलब लोगों के सामने उसका क्लाइंट के सामने भी यू नो व्हाट देयर आर सो मेनी टाइम्स व्हेन यू आर आउट विद समबडी ओके यू आर आउट विद अ क्लाइंट and you bump into a friend who's out with his client also.
Right.
A lot of times I've seen that you talk as a baju mein and then okay I'm going because my client is waiting. I've seen other people also doing it, but I have gone up, I've introduced my friend to my client, my clients to my friend who's also an architect. I've spoken high about that person also, okay? You put that person bichara in a spot kya ye kya ho gaya? You know, here I'm trying to like hide my client or whatever that identity is, and here this person is going out and like in not just introducing but talking high about me, you know? You know, the moment you start doing it, no, there was a time when I wanted an advice, okay? And I knew that, okay, this particular person works massively in this particular region. I have zero clue about it. You know, I just picked up a phone and I asked him, usually, why will anybody share your resources or anything?
Right.
This guy was so happy to share not just that, Karan, no matter what people say, this is the pricing that is going to be accepted.
Wow.
So you better make sure that this is the price range that you quote for your fees.
Oh my God.
Okay, you're going there. If you get the project, if this is going well for you, let me know. I have my team sitting there. You can onboard them for your execution.
Oh my God.
Oh, you will need all these things. These are 3 set vendors where you don't have to worry. Just buy it from them.
Wow.
Other things, buy it from Bombay, from your local vendors, because it is not.
Isn't it amazing?
See, and irrespective of thinking or expecting that in the future ये मुझे कैसे काम में आएगा, but just be an admirer. अगर तुम्हें कुछ अच्छा दिखता है, just admire करो. Trust me, ये तुम्हें कब वापस multifold मिल जाता है ना,
never know.
पता नहीं चलेगा. Now I was going to quote an X fee, okay, but thanks to my friend who suggested, I quoted X minus Y, okay. We actually got the project.
Wow.
It would have been very easy for him कि अरे मैं यही फील्ड में ये सिटी में काम कर रहा हूँ, इसको नहीं मिलेगा तो मेरे पास आएगा क्योंकि मैं ऑलरेडी 10 प्रोजेक्ट कर रहा हूँ वहाँ पर.
Correct.
But because of his help, I had this one project in the same city and he opened up his cards in terms of everyone that I could use.
And that is a huge thing. I think as a community also we can really do that for each other. Like now that you've gotten something like this, I'm sure you would be happy to do that to somebody else.
Exactly.
I think as a community you're going to grow like that. Like how else do you know, give back? It's the easiest way.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I'm really like speechless when it comes to moments like this when, you know, you're just building a community together. I think it's great. It's
and
fantastic.
You know, I'll tell you another thing also. Everyone is going to have highs and lows and highs and lows, okay?
Yes.
Life is like a wave. Okay, this is not my gyan. This is Gurudev's teachings, all right? And life is like a wave. You need to ride the wave, right? You need to surf on that wave, correct? ऐसा भी होगा जब आप ऊपर रहेंगे, ऐसा भी होगा जब नीचे रहेंगे. तो जब भी ऊपर रहेंगे तो of course just make sure that you don't have that air. और जब भी नीचे रहेंगे तो उतना भी ईगो मत रखो कि आप हेल्प के लिए नहीं मांग सकते. I have gone and asked another contemporary, okay, like contemporary
Mhm.
who's doing really good,
Huh.
that hey, I am seeing that you're doing great work,
Right.
but if there is anything that you're not picking up because it doesn't suit your work, this thing,
Hmm.
would you like to pass it on to me?
Wow.
You know, and without a blink, you won't even believe. Today I've messaged, okay. Tomorrow morning I get a call from a client that hey, your friend has referred and she's spoken so high about you,
Wow.
and we've seen your work. We would like to onboard you.
That is amazing. I think, and how simple was it? Just ask.
Yeah,
It was
you
just
know,
so simple.
ये ego को बाजू पे रख दो यार.
Yeah, I think
पूछो.
most of the things, I think
Yeah.
it would just sort so many issues.
Yeah, and see, because if she's not doing it, somebody else is doing it,
Yeah.
right? And if her one recommendation can get you work, why not? So yeah, so this I've learned from whom, to be really honest. Those days when I used to watch those IFA and movie awards and all of that, Amitabh Bachchan got awarded for Mohabbatein.
Okay.
And he had come into the industry after like a decade or something,
Yes.
and he broke into tears on the platform and he said that I had no work,
Huh.
right? And he went to Yashraj and he asked, like, that I begged for work, okay, please give me something. And he was given Mohabbatein. And that was the last day that he asked for it. From Mohabbatein, which is almost, I guess, around 20 years till today.
He's never needed to ask
He's
someone.
always at the top. He's
Wow.
just working non-stop.
And with such a simple thing to do.
Such
like,
a simple thing to do.
it's just it makes you humble, grounded.
Yeah, and you will always, when you accept the situation, you will always value other person who is in that situation.
Yes.
You will always respect and you will want to do something for them.
I think this is
Yeah.
great. I'm just, it makes me really go like, wow, so insightful.
Yeah, and I think me and my contemporaries, we've got a great work rapport. We are all mutual admirers. We have like this interior designers gang ka ek
Really?
WhatsApp group where we 20-25 people are there.
Wow.
And we just keep floating, right from that, listen, I have a really annoying intern or an employee, okay, to that, अरे मेरे को ये carpenter चाहिए overnight, कोई help कर दो, या मुझे ये चाहिए या मुझे वो चाहिए. तो we all keep like
This is
asking.
fantastic. I think everybody should really have this
Yeah.
gang of friends and contemporaries
I know,
together.
right?
It's crazy.
It's so much fun
So
because
much fun.
you grow together,
Yes.
You appreciate somebody in their particular field, and it's just a beautiful ecosystem that
Yes.
you build together.
True, true. That's amazing. I think I'm going to be part of one of the WhatsApp group now. Okay, so
Sure.
Karan, I was really keen to know, how did this social media journey begin for you? Like, from being an interior designer, product designer, and just like being like, wow, let's get into influencing.
You are selecting your questions, such right set of questions you are asking, I would say. Okay, hands down, we were putting up something or the other, all right, but nothing major. And again, Saurabh, the mastermind, comes and he's like that, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And I was like, arey, kaun karta hai ye sab and everything. And then COVID hit, all right? So we were all home, okay? And this bugger would keep calling, saying that you have so much time. Why don't you make a video? You have so much time. Why don't you do this, that, yada, yada, yada. And to be honest, is when I actually started to pick up on that wave, that let's put something out
there.
My point of view of so many different things. And then all the projects that we had done, we had not like documented them. And he would push me to get at least a photo shoot done, like some videos and everything, so that we can start putting it out on Instagram. And it started from 2019, step by step, and it's taken that wave right now.
Wow, that's amazing. Have you enjoyed this journey as an influencer?
I don't consider myself as an influencer, to be
You
really
definitely
honest.
are.
Okay. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, like it's fun because people people recognize you because of that, and
Right.
you are in public, and there's so many times. I was in IKEA the other day,
Mm-hmm.
okay, um, and it was Preeti, myself, my Masi, and my cousin, and we were looking at some stuff for my own house, and there are these two kids who come in, and they're like, "Sir, can we have a photograph with you?"
Such a wow
You know?
moment.
So I was like, yeah, sure, like, like whatever. And then this girl says that, sir, I wanted to apply for an internship. I also got an email from your end, but I live in Navi Mumbai, and like, it was too difficult for me to travel, so I didn't take it up. But it's my dream to work with you guys and this and that. And the best part is that my mom is listening to all of this,
Wow.
okay? And this is the first timer for her. And she was all teary-eyed, and that, oh my
I
God,
think
मेरा
what a
बेटा इतना
moment.
बड़ा हो चुका है.
It's such a special moment. Oh my
So,
God.
yeah, this is what it's all because of Instagram, because that's how you reach so many people, and that's how people know about you.
Okay. So let's talk about 2025. What's your favorite material?
My favorite material is still marble.
Marble?
I love
Hands
playing with
down.
marble, okay,
Okay.
because I can do so much with that material you can't even imagine.
Imagine.
We're doing so many products. Like if you see the graph from 2022 to 3 to 4 to 5, it's crazy. Like till now, we've already crossed like the number of pieces that we made in 2024. We've already made till now. Like it's already in production.
Wow, that is crazy.
So it's amazing that it is growing. People are aware of it. People are wanting to play with this
Play with it.
material. So marble has been like hands down my favorite.
Okay. And when we are talking about collaborations or social media, any weird collaboration requests did you ever get? Like something which is like really weird?
I think somebody had messaged me for some condom collaboration. It's so weird. I was like, look at my page, look at my audience. Like, I do interiors, bro. Like, how am I supposed to do like a condom ad? That was the
Crazy.
weirdest collab request that I got.
And have you ever been exploited by a brand?
यार वो तो होते रहता
होता
है.
रहता है.
Yeah, I mean, like if you allow them to exploit you, you get exploited. वरना किसी की ताकत नहीं है. But yeah,
True.
it's fine. I mean, like it's somewhere where you let your guards down uh, to get exploited. It is fine,
Right.
But yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Acha, and on Instagram, like right now, we see all these crazy innovations, right? Like from abroad. Is there any particular product that, you've been like, oh my God, I want this to be there in India right now. Like, this is something I want to put up in my project, or, I want to incorporate it.
I have been seeing these LED panels, transparent LED panels, which I think are super cool. Okay. So that is one. And second thing I'd seen was Top Brewer, the coffee machine, okay, which is already in India now.
Right.
But that was something I was super fascinated with, and I wanted like people still don't know what Top Brewer is, okay. We have it in our office now.
Wow.
You can
I'm
come
going
for
to
a cup of coffee.
Yes.
So yeah, these two things. But apart from that, I feel like every day there is something new that is coming in.
Yes.
Yeah, I get confused. Yeah.
Okay, as a designer, would you like, do you prefer a turnkey project, or are you up for only designing? Like, what's your take on it?
This is such a crucial question, I feel, in today's day and age. And moreover, with like the younger generation, because this is an often asked question when somebody gives you the job, that will you also design and build? Because sometimes a client will say that, oh, we don't want to get into that phase where we are handling other teams to execute. Why don't you do it? My take on that is stick to what you are meant to do. If you're a designer, stick to designing. Don't get into execution. If you want to get into execution, don't do designing, just focus on execution. Okay? There are two different fields. More than anything, I have seen a lot of my friends who have come to me and who've cried and who've complained, and we're talking moreover, like these younger generation where people would give them like high hopes of okay आप design भी कर लो आप execution भी कर लो, you were given like handsome fee also, handsome amount of advance also, but the last 10-15 lakh rupees, you know, that pressure builds for you to prove yourself, and the clients will say कि अरे ये कर लो हम pay कर देते, and that money never comes. You know, there'll be something or the other that the client is going to pick on to say that अरे यहाँ पर ये problem है हम आपके 5 लाख रुपए नहीं दे रहे, बात होगी 20,000 रुपए की, but 5 लाख रुपए आपके गए.
Oh
You know,
God.
I'm not saying that this is a universal truth.
Yeah, but sometimes it does
But I
happen.
feel that if it is not required, don't get into execution. My strong recommendation is stick to designing. That's what you're good at. Okay, get a third party agency who will do the execution for you. You know, if you must, because if you feel कि अरे execution में बहुत पैसा नहीं है, बहुत पैसा ये है वो है, you bifurcate your fees. That okay, I will charge you X amount for designing, and if you want me to overlook the execution, I will charge you X plus Y.
Okay.
Let that Y% either come from the client or come from the contractor whom you're giving the whole turnkey project.
Okay.
You know, that boss, you are going to do it, I'm giving you the job, but I also have to overlook. Okay.
Right.
I need my fees for that overlooking because my time is involved.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Break it up like that and then do it, so at least your money is not at stake. You know, if you feel कि ओ मैं ये भी कर लूंगा मैं वो भी कर लूंगा, अरे कारपेंटर जी तो कोई भी मिल जाता है, हमारे बरसों पुराने लोग हैं वो लोग काम कर लेंगे, अगर आपके पास में बहुत पैसा है ओके तो करो, अगर आपके पास में बैंडविड्थ है पैसा नहीं आएगा तो झगड़ा करने के लिए तो करो, अगर आप जीरो से स्टार्ट कर रहे हो तो प्लीज मत करो, जब तक कि आप सभी कुछ सीख नहीं जाओगे, जब तक कि आपको ये नॉलेज नहीं आ जाएगी कि ये दुनिया कैसे है,
Right.
मत करो.
So if you had to give a blueprint to someone who is, you know, just beginning their career, what would it be?
You know, I started off immediately after my college, okay, although I did intern with 2 different architects. But at 30, I realized that I should have worked for a couple of years under somebody, because when you start your own, it is not just designing a project and doing fancy stuff. You are the employer, you are the employee, you are the designer, you are an executioner, you are site supervisor, you are the admin, you are the HR, you are the jadu pocha marne wala, you are the coffee maker also.
Yes.
You are everything.
Correct.
You are running, you're doing the clerical job also, you're going to the banks also, you are doing all of this, you know. And I feel if you are great at it and you can do it, nothing like it. But फिर भी ये एक experience होना बहुत जरूरी है कि कोई कैसे कर रहा है, you know. So in that way, I would say that keep that goal of starting off your own 100%, okay? Because maybe what you can pull off, somebody else can't, right? But my strong suggestion would be just take some work experience. When you can learn on somebody else, at somebody else's cost, why not, you know? Like just learn, and then once you feel that okay, these are the things that you have to master, you know, because there will be PR in it, there will be social media in it, you will have to know so many things. सिर्फ design करके फिर तुम लोग रहोगे lead generation कैसे करने का, ज़्यादा काम कैसे लाने का, but you didn't start at the right foot, you know.
Yes.
You have to understand, it's a circle, you have to understand everything. जब तक तुम्हें ये सारी, पहले तो तुम्हें पता नहीं है कि इतने सारे बॉक्सेस को चेक करना होता है बिफोर स्टार्टिंग ऑन योर ओन.
Correct.
तुम्हें सिर्फ रोजी पिक्चर लगता है कि मेरे दोस्त ने कर दिया, वो 10 प्रोजेक्ट कर रहा है, मुझे भी करने का है, व्हिच इज फाइन. बट तुम्हें पता भी तो होना चाहिए यार कि ये 10 चेक बॉक्सेस है, ये 50 चेक बॉक्सेस है बिफोर यू स्टार्ट ऑन योर ओन. You must be great at 5. What about the rest 25?
Yes.
Please don't be in a rush. Please don't be in a rush. I feel, you know, sometimes कि अरे अगर ये मैंने 24 years पे नहीं करा होता, okay, तो आज मैं यहाँ पर नहीं होता. But somebody who has started at 30 also, okay, is doing way better than what I am doing.
Right.
You know, so what is important in life? That you are doing better in your life, right?
Correct.
अगर आपका स्ट्रगल्स कमती हो जाता है किसी और के साथ थोड़ा सा काम करके
हाँ.
थोड़ा सा एक्सपीरियंस लेने
Then
के लिए
why
तो
not?
क्यों नहीं करना है ये?
Why not?
बट ये कौन बोलेगा?
So,
You
yeah.
know?
So I'm glad you're sharing, and I think in this entire podcast, I think you've repeatedly said the importance of working under someone. I think
Yeah.
that is something that every new designer should really incorporate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming from such a great guy with great experience. No, it's amazing. Like, there are so many people who wouldn't tell you this. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is the right way, this is the right route. So
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah.
Like now that you're saying it, please take it. I think that it's a great way. Tell me, like I want to ask you something. While designing a space, is there any areas that you feel that you can probably cut down the expense over here, and this is a place where you should not be cutting down on?
Not really, yaar.
No?
Because every element has its own charm, its own value that it brings onto the table when you're doing up a space. I don't really have an answer for that because perhaps somewhere a marble is the right suit than a tile, and somewhere you feel that ये marble की ज़रूरत नहीं, यहाँ पर tile से भी काम चल सकता है,
Right.
So depending on every project and the aesthetics that you're playing with, okay, and of course your clients, तो ये नजर रख के मुझे लगता है कि वो कर सकते हैं ऐसा. Yeah.
No particular thing that you should be focusing on. Great. Any particular trend that you're absolutely loving right now?
No.
No?
No.
What's your take on trends?
I said the trends. I mean, like, I don't care if somebody's
I want to
following
give
or
you a
not.
high five on that.
Dude, I mean, like, the whole definition of trend is that it is trending now.
Yes.
And perhaps it won't trend later,
True.
I don't want to ride that wave. Like, I do
Fantastic.
something which I feel is the trend which will stay for like 15 years,
Yes.
10 years.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't want somebody sitting in Paris or Milan to tell me that this is the color of the year now, chip covered in all your projects. I don't want to do that, bro. I'll stick to my beige or like whatever I want to do. So yeah.
Fantastic. I love this.
मतलब ये साल आपने वो salmon pink करा तो next year आपने कुछ और करा तो मेरे सारे project जो मैंने salmon pink करे वो सारे बेकार. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है.
सही है. Okay, tell me the last interior inspiration that's saved on your phone.
Last Indian inspiration.
Which you saved it.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, there's this one cave interiors. I saw this
yes.
reel.
Oh my god, that was amazing. I saw it too.
Yeah, right? Like
Yeah,
this
they've turned
couple
into-
buying like an old cave and then they're doing
Yes,
things and
just-
making a house.
Crazy.
I would love to be. I would dream to live under a house like that, and where from there you have a cliff and you just see the ocean.
I think it's the right moment to introduce Saurabh. I think everybody
Yeah,
should
everybody should know who Saurabh is. Like, come here. Like, come sit here. Come next to me.
He should really
It's okay.
be a part of
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna share my mic with
Yes.
Saurabh. Yeah, guys,
An
that is
absolutely
Saurabh.
dear friend of both you
And
and
both of
me.
us, yeah.
Let me take a moment to introduce you to the man behind all of this. Podcast, Casa Walls and Designers Dome. And he's also a common link between me and Katie, a very, very dear friend of ours, Saurabh Shah.
Oh, what is this? I see my team on your screen.
Yeah, so
We have a surprise for you.
Wait, what's happening?
this is a message by your team members working under you. जाटको तो ज्ञान आई पूना. You should be.
Oh God, okay.
Let's see what they've got to say
When
about you.
did this happen? I don't know. Okay, fine.
Hello from the awesomeness to the awesomeness. Hi, my journey with Karan Desai. So KD was always, at least from the time I know him, and I researched about, from where I had to do my internship and all of that, KD was like a name. And this is back in 2017 when I had to search for internship. Google kiya, of course, and Karan Desai. I was very excited, like wow. I went through his profile. There was not much back then, but yeah, I was still excited because, of course, very close to my house and Gujju the vibe matched. And yeah, from that day, my journey, I think for me it is almost like a 180-degree flip. from the person I was in 2017 and the person I am today, I think I give all my credits to Karan sir. My personality, what I am today, is 100% just because of him. He has actually taught me and trained me in a way that today I can actually go out into the world and do something by myself. I was a very shy and an introvert girl then. Today I feel I'm a complete opposite person. He has shown a lot of trust in me, and I feel all these years, there's not one word I can describe what my journey has been with him for all these years. But the only thing which I would want to say is that more than a boss, I think he's my friend and of course a mentor. But this relation has now become like family. And I think, I don't know, but I feel that I might not have been the same the way I am right now if I did not meet him back then. So yeah, thanks a lot for however you have trained me. Always remain the awesome you are, and many more years to this relationship. Viraj.
Oh God, so nice.
Yeah,
Thanks.
my
for being
journey
this,
with KD started back in 20. See him as a brother, obviously a mentor, of course, but a younger, not a younger brother, an elder brother, of
So
course.
stressed, bichara.
Our bond has grown like exponentially, like since I had joined. I was very shy, but now I'm not. It's all because of him. So yeah, I mean, I would just ask him to be as awesome as he is right now, and all the best, of course, to him and us.
Yeah.
Sing all the best to us.
The awesomeness, to the awesomeness.
Oh, good Lord. This is crazy.
But I think it was just so nice to see the
Stress.
love.
Good stress, bad stress. Bad experience, good experience.
He couldn't
Younger
just
pro, elder pro.
Oh, Gaika, because you guys shot this yesterday or something, right?
Yeah.
He had to carve that whole monster out of that thermocol. Okay. So we
That's why he's in stress.
and then Rata, because he wasn't able to complete, I stepped in. Okay. From around 10 o'clock till 1:30, we 3 people were together to making that carving and all of that. But
Okay.
I left and he was still working for another 2 hours.
And I think I've enjoyed this conversation. You've made me so comfortable. I can imagine what you've been to. Yes, first podcast. And I have been crazy nervous, but you've really, really helped
Come
me
on,
out
yeah.
here. And
Come on.
you've been an amazing, amazing first. I think this has been my first interview or podcast with anybody, or, talking to anybody from the design community. So I am really, really thankful.
Come on, you're a
And,
natural star, man. You don't need to thank me for that.
No, you did. And I really can't put it in the right words to tell you how much this means for us. And thank you for being there.
Thank you
I
for
hope you've
having me
enjoyed the
over.
conversation.
I loved it.
So now you know from the awesomeness himself the key insights when you're starting off, the blueprint needed, what to do if you want to be a product designer, whether to do a turnkey project or just stick to design, and crazy innovations that he is eyeing on. If you have any questions regarding any of these, drop in a comment and we'll answer all those questions for you. Also, if you have any other designer that you want us to interview, do let me know. And keep watching this space as we take you on this new journey with us, and subscribe to our channel for more such insights.